The most recent United Auto Workers, UAW, strike began on September 15, 2019. It lasted 40 days, culminating with a tentative agreement on October 25. During this time, some 46,000 workers at General Motors plants across the United States went on strike in the largest industrial action of its kind in a decade. This was the first major strike since the government bailout of the car manufacturers saw union members agree to billions of dollars in pay cuts and changed work rules in 2009. The 2019 strike sought to recoup those concessions as well as other demands relating to job security, temporary workers, profit sharing, and health coverage. While this strike was over job security, wages, and benefits, it was in many ways a strike about the future of unions in America. With the number of union members across the country declining steadily, the collective action of workers on the picket line during the strike was a demonstration of the power of labor. The strike lasted for 6 weeks and included irregular picketing and occasional clashes between strikers and replacement workers. Union members showed remarkable unity and solidarity, with many workers giving up 2 full months of pay to make sure that their demands were heard. After avoiding further legal action, the union and General Motors agreed to terms that included profit sharing, a ratification bonus, and a path forward for a possible pathway to permanent positions for temporary workers. For the workers, it was a major victory, and for the union, it showed that collective action can still be effective. Additionally, the strike was an example of how effective communication and cooperation between labor and management can help create a better working environment for employees and a more profitable outcome for companies. Despite the success of the UAW strike, the long-term viability of America's labor unions is still in question as anti-union forces are looking to weaken workers' rights. Moving forward, it is important for unions to remain organized and engaged if they are to remain relevant in the decades ahead. The 2019 UAW strike offers a lesson for all labor unions. Effective collective action is still possible and can yield real results. It is a reminder that when workers come together, stand together, and fight together, they can make a real difference. As the labor landscape in the U.S. continues to evolve, the lessons learned from the 2019 UAW strike may prove invaluable in the years to come. The UAW strike of 2019 demonstrated that even in the most difficult of times, unions still have the power to stand up for the rights of their members and push for the best possible deal. It also showed the importance of collective action and how important it is for workers to come together and speak with one voice. The success of the UAW strike should provide inspiration to other unions across the country and embolden them to continue their fight for better wages and better working conditions. The UAW strike is symbolic of the need for unions to stand up in the face of corporate power and fight for their members. It also shows that when unions take a unified stance, they can be successful in their efforts to bring about the kind of change both workers and employers want. The willingness of UAW members to sacrifice pay for a better future showed the strength of the union and its ability to negotiate on behalf of its members. The UAW strike reminded employers that they must treat their workers fairly and respect collective bargaining as a legitimate way of setting wages and working conditions. It also sends a clear message to workers everywhere that collective action is essential to the success of any labor organization. The lessons learned from the UAW strikes should resonate in workplaces and communities across the country and offer a source of hope and inspiration to many.